Right everyone, welcome to this Western culture and tradition. Let's just change that. Right, okay, today we're looking at the 10th of February and Saint Scholasta's Day. Now Saint Scholasta appears to be the 5th and 6th century, is basically the sister of Benedict from the Benedictine monks, and on the 10th of February is her feast day. And it's meant to be a day of intellectual debate, discussion, discussing, all those things we find academic. And it turns out that she was trying to discuss things with her brother Benedict, the famous monk, and he was about to go home, so she conjured a storm and stopped him from going home, and she is celebrated as being connected to storms and sort of like tempests and intellectual things. So on this day you should be looking at having an academic debate with your family, on friends, and looking at storms and weather. Now it turns out that in 1354 on this day there was a town v gown riot, which means the townsfolk were against the academics, or the upper crust basically, because they could afford to go to university in Oxford. So that means for all my American viewers, this is before America was found, in the sense, or colonised. So you, absolutely, those of English descent, this is your tradition. And even if you're not of English descent, keep it as a tradition anyway. And it turns out on that day, Oxford went to war. Oxford students went to war with the townsfolk, smashing beer bottles over the landlord and mayor's head. He was one and the same person at that time, and over bad beer. And basically it turned into a full-scale riot that lasted for days, and over 60 students were killed in the university. And from that day in the 1300s to the 1800s, the king made the people of Oxford pay the university's recompense for the destruction of their universities, library burning and murder and all that. 60 people killed over a discussion on bad beer, so over days of riots. And that's what, when we think of original toffs and we think of original aristocrats, we obviously tend to think of this horror, but actually it's everybody having riots in the 1300s. So there you go. So the 10th of February should be you thinking about storms, academic things, and remembering the riots between upper classes and lower classes, known as town and gown riots. Okay, there you go. Remember, this video is in a playlist, so you've come from one and you'll go to the next one. It'll go throughout the year.